When we open our inner awareness to realms beyond our ego consciousness, we free ourselves to reside in our infinite essence, where we are completely fulfilled in every way and are able to feel our true majesty in the unconditional love that is the essence of universal consciousness. This life-enhancing energy gives us our creative ability and power. We just need to flow with it by being receptive to it and open to everything. Your awakening, as you have been told so often, is absolutely assured. So release any doubts to which you may be clinging, or which may be arising unbidden to disturb or undermine your trust in God. All is well. God is with each one of you in every moment, because separation never happened, and never could happen because you are eternally in union with God. What a divine plan it is, when one tunes into the vibration of purity of self and connects the dots with folk all around the world on the same page. Feeling the love, having the understanding of how it all works well, it's simply marvelous. Welcome to each beautiful soul who finds their hearts resonating within the words we offer and the vibration in which we bring them through. It goes without saying that the higher your vibration is becoming, then the higher frequency can be received by you through you, to then be absorbed on a higher level by all those who have also allowed and worked upon their vibration, which has now taken part in this grand uprising. Ego identifies with the body, the environment, the job, the relationship, the money it has. Ego also defines itself with the stories it made up as to why this is so and why it behaves as such. Ego identifies with its fears that define its limits. It identifies with its past that define its limits. The higher self, the higher version of you, doesn't operate from 3D. That's why you can only find her, connect with her, when you step away from 3D. Like when you meditate, go into silence, stop all thought about all the external things in your life. The higher self, the jewel that is hidden in the shell of the 3D ego image, is always there, simply invisible, untouchable, unattainable to the one operating from 3D. In our openness, we are free to use our creative attention in complete confidence to project the energy of our essence through our imagination and emotions into our experiences. When we know that we are ineffably imbued within universal consciousness, we can trust ourselves to align with life-enhancing energies in every moment. We free our creative power to modulate the energies that are in our awareness in alignment with the consciousness of our heart. An important element in our presence of awareness is the nature of our perspective on life. This is shaped by our limiting beliefs about ourselves. Through learning to penetrate the depth of our consciousness in a theta state of full awareness, we can recognize, resolve, and release our limitations. We can understand that we are unique expressions of universal consciousness beyond space-time. We are also given the ability to live however we want in the empirical world. It is the way we naturally want to feel and experience our lives. Unless we block out aspects of our life force, we are unlimited in how we can live. Your eternal life, your life right now as you read or listen to this message, is being lived in the loving presence of your divine Creator. However, what you are experiencing as a life in form, with all the anxieties, fears, pain, and suffering with which it presents you, is a pure and utterly unreal illusion. It is a state that you each chose using your God-given and completely powerful free will to experience. While you are in form, it does seem totally real, because that was your intent when you entered into it. And yes, it is presenting you with lessons and experiences that you have chosen to undergo for your own benefit and for the benefit of all those with whom you interact. And yes, you make mistakes, another aspect of being human, and you knew before incarnating that this too would happen. And the whole purpose of this exercise is to bring you back into mindful awareness that you are love, and only love, just like your ever-loving Father. Yes, you are. Do you remember we used to say, when you get it, you will know? Well, now you know. That which is taking place within each one is on a scale that is raising the roof, we believe is the expression you use. Therefore, within that knowing of you, can you imagine how this knowing is changing everything because so many more are also getting it? The very vibration one is residing within is doing it all by itself. You, each one can feel it now. This change within you, this knowing, this understanding is changing your planet. It is happening, and at last, you are able to experience this for yourself. You are reaching conclusions that you would not have expected to reach, maybe only 5 of your years ago. The higher self won't come to you unless you make an effort to step in her direction. You have to make the effort every single time to move closer to your higher self, and so detach from the world of 3D. A form for a while, so you can connect with that higher aspect of you and not just hear her, but blend with her for a while. Become familiar with her energy, live within her energy, her frequency, her vibration for a while, until it becomes all you seek. What you want, you already have. What you desire another to do for you, you can do for yourself. What you seek outside of you already is found within you. What you are waiting to hear, even from the higher aspects of yourself, is already part of you, accessible to you, ready to be spoken by you. You are not a puppet on a string. You are a free being, remember. Yes, there's a plan and your soul has a plan, but it doesn't mean you fold your arms and await instructions. It doesn't mean you go to sleep and wait to be awakened. It means you use your free will to decide in every moment. Whether you want to move closer to your higher self, to that higher version you are becoming, or whether you want to stay comfortable in 3D. By opening our awareness to the unconditional love and joy of Creator consciousness, which we live within, we free ourselves from all constraints and align ourselves with the energy of our essence. It is how we want to be in our true self. All personal growth and expanding awareness must come from within. We cannot learn it from the experience of others. We are all inner directed and guided in our deepest consciousness. We become aware of this by wanting it. When we direct our attention to our inner knowing, it becomes clear to us. We may need intentional practice and keen observation of the energies that come up for us as we learn to enter deeper into our consciousness. In other words, you are awakening from the dream or terminating your intense focus on the game with which you have been engaged. And as you do so, all your fears, pain, and any sense of unworthiness will dissolve in the pure joy of knowing yourselves once more as one with God. In union with God is where you always have and always will live, eternally and uninterruptedly. It is your true and only nature to be at one with, in union with, and yet live as a differentiated or individuated expression of God, bringing you and her an inconceivable intensity of joy. If you will just allow yourselves to know and be consciously aware, as you always are deep within yourselves, that you are in every moment one with God. That love is your only nature, your only reality. You will discover that your one and only desire is to please your Heavenly Father as He so perfectly supports and loves you in every moment. You had no idea how things would pan out. There is so much uncertainty as to outcomes of all that is displayed as your reality, and yet those of you who get it do not concern yourselves of this anymore. The outcome will be defined by the reactive responsibility of the soul's understanding of its growing awakening. That's a bit of a mouthful. Can we break that down? Meaning that many now understand that one's response to anything at all changes the outcome of any situation. It has to. Therefore, the manner in which you are now accepting what is as being what is tipping the scales in a way that is bringing such immense joy to those of us in other realms. From where we reside, we can witness the energy shifting upon your planet into a much fuller experience of itself. The energy of love is pouring through now at such a rate because it can. Your emotions are more than just telling you this thought is right or wrong, as in true or false. Your emotions are really telling you whether you are stepping in the direction of your higher self or whether you are moving away. Whether you are on the bridge to 5D or back in the puddle of 3D. They lead you to your higher self, to the better version of you when you listen, when you pay attention, when you are honest with yourself. And when you are aware of that war within, you have a choice to either continue the struggle or let go and join your higher self in the peace where she dwells. All your struggles are 3D struggles. They are a fight you cannot win because you are fighting shadows. The external world is a shadow of the internal world that follows you wherever you go. After eons of experience with life-diminishing energies, we have the choice of transforming our lives intentionally through awareness of our greater being. We have been self-limiting beings. There is no force beyond ourselves that can control us without our permission. We share all the qualities and abilities of our Creator, and we have the opportunity to live in complete alignment with the consciousness that is the source of everything. It is our natural state of being in unconditional love and ecstasy, while supporting and enhancing all life everywhere. You will find yourself living consciously aware of loving all with whom you interact in any manner at all. You will have no need to judge or blame anyone as you recognize that you and all others are the perfect and utterly beloved children of God. You will recognize that those whose behaviors you would previously have judged and condemned, and whom you would therefore have wished to see punished, are all truly doing their best that they are at present. Just as you were a moment ago, utterly lost and convinced that the illusion is real. They are responding to the intense fear that they are experiencing, and which they are mostly denying, and thus allowing their egos to direct their attitudes and behaviors in order to keep them safe from their imagined enemies. You have no enemies, and this is so simply because all are one. Yes, to restrain those who would hurt and abuse others is fair. But it must be done compassionately and lovingly with the understanding that they are living in and operating from an intense sense of fear and self-doubt. When your own little children are fearful, you comfort and protect them. Well, those adults who are in fear also need your comfort and protection from themselves and from those other fearful ones who would punish them. Well, when one is up, one is certainly up. The feeling is the truth of it all, really. That feeling of love that is so much brighter. We are indeed most effulgent at the progress that is rapidly transforming all that is taking place in your world. We have spoken before of much taking place behind the scenes. It has perhaps been difficult for many, having to trust that what we offer is correct. For little evidence of this has been provided. Yet we say to you now, such evidence is soon to come to the surface on a larger scale. Not just to those who go searching, yet to those souls who are blissfully unaware. And what an uproar there shall be. Yet remember always, this is a divine plan. There is a master plan that has been devised in order for every single possibility to be catered for. Not quite sure what you are meaning, specifically. That which is to be revealed is on a scale beyond imaginings. Until you tend to the inner world of thought and feeling, the outer world remains the same. When you stand in front of the sun, it casts a shadow of you on the ground, but you cannot change the shadow. You have to change the original image, which is you. Then your shadow changes as a reflection and nothing more. You are always doing well from our higher perspective because we are not keeping score of the mishaps. We are too busy counting every successful step forward. It will do you good to do the same. As your conscious awareness of the reality of your true nature becomes ever more apparent to you, and as you more frequently reset your intent to be consistently mindful as you think, speak, or take action, you will find yourselves increasingly at peace as you accept more fully that you are. Your self-acceptance will grow, and you will no longer be disturbed by thoughts about how others may judge you. Your increased knowingness of your divine uniqueness will provide you with complete faith that God trusts you in every moment. And knowing that you will no longer feel any need to defend yourselves if others disagree with you. Any need to obey any kind of dogmatic rules and regulations, whether from political, scientific, business, or religious organization requiring everyone to hold the same views and beliefs. As a prerequisite for acceptance in that society will just dissolve as you come to trust yourselves in the certainty that the only guide you need is love, in which you are enveloped in every moment. Just you wait, one and all. That which is to come will indeed be mind-blowing. Yet you are almost ready for it. So I trust I am not lowering the vibe of this conversation when I inquire as to what is happening then, regarding, say, Fergus the fungus and the lockdown leading us into phase 2. With respect, has that all fallen by the wayside? It is intertwined with everything else that is to be laid before you. How I wish we could know just a little bit more, or the when at least. Yet, as you have said, it is not for us to know, for if we did, we would change things due to our thought trajectories. This is correct. What we desire for you to take on board from this conversation is that what is to take place will indeed shake you to the core, as we have said many times. This cannot be avoided, for the truth is so very different from that which you are expecting it to be.